first question, who's the better athlete?
Me. I definitely am.
Because I do more stuff. I'm more all around. Be honest.
That's not true. That's not true.
Let's agree with this. I'm the better athlete.
I'm more accomplished.
Okay, I'll take that. I don't think there's ever compromise with us.
Yeah.
I think we just always compete out.
Yeah.
Kind of toxic, not gonna lie. It's kind of toxic.
We have like a personal trainer, and we like go there, and we're always trying to compete. And like I remember one time, I was just like, he was just messing around. I was just like in the zone, like, and I started going off on him, and then we started like getting better and like trying to like trying to get better like each rep. And honestly, that's kind of where we like figured out like we were actually competitive and we were actually trying to like be better than one another. But stars don't compete, they shine, right?
Don't lie to the people. Who won that game, though?
Stars don't compete. I won.
I won. You broke your nail, but I won.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, tell them what happened. So the result was I was a better athlete.
That's a debatable conflict, but we'll let you shine for PS Loggers.
Let's go. Go Logs.
I think my brother always looked up to me,
okay.
And that's pretty normal.
Don't lie to the people.
He looked up to me as a child, and I had to set a good role model and a good stance. So as soon as I got into sports, he tried to get into sports, and then we kind of try to be better in one another. And then when we got to middle school, they were giving out like awards for every sport, and I did 4 sports, and I don't know, how many did you do? 3?
I did every sport. At the school.
He did 3 sports, I did 4 sports, and then there was like these plaques, so like MVP, most improved, and we were trying to get like, see who got the most. And so like my parents were all like, just like our awards are just.
I would say that the competitiveness of our rivalry came when we were both running track. Because at like the city track meets, we were getting medals and ribbons and stuff like that. And it was cool to actually compete against each other and see who could get more and stuff like that. So
clearly I got more.
I don't know about that. I just focused on football and became a guy.
Freshman of the year. Okay. I support my brother through everything. We are very competitive, but we try to keep it very kind of private, our competition. So like when people see us, we're like relatively professional. So anytime my brother's doing anything, I always support him. And in football, I'm at every game, at practice, I'm cheering him on, trying to encourage him. Yeah,
I don't think people actually see how supportive we are to each other, especially in academics, just because outside of everything that we have going on with sports and stuff like that, we try to make sure that each other are good, that we're straight, and we just stay close to each other. So we have a tight-knit without really forcing it. So yeah.
Trey always talked about Craig. Shout out Craig. Trey always talked about how great the trainers were, the athletic department, and Lisa. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna go here for sure. Like this wasn't even an option for me. But I just loved how he talked about it. His freshman year was really good. He liked the people here. His experience sounded really nice.
I would definitely say that, like, for me, in my experience, I caught myself my freshman year doing that a lot, just because in these new realms and new, like, spaces of, like, going to, like, a PWI and, like, interacting with physics students who were set to physics from, like, kind of like since middle school, high school, and I'm just getting into this major. I'm just like, wow, this is a lot, and like I really have to change how I am and who I am to like the professors, to the students. And I really caught myself because at one point I was contradicting who I really was. So like that whole concept for me, I had to deconstruct during the COVID year and really come to a new of like I have to be one way with everybody. So that ended up allowing me to interact with those things that I didn't like, that I liked about my personality, to just basically be myself 100% of the time.
Like I know everybody, but like I don't hang out. I guess it's just like me, like a me thing, like a mental mindset. I guess I do have to find more things about myself and find a little bit who I am and get comfortable with not only myself but my major, because I know you can get connections within your major and the people around you, and I know a lot of athletes are business and marketing majors, and like my teammates are always talking about it. So I guess it's just me like kind of exploring who really I am.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I blank out to the last 100. But the first one, I'm like, okay, get out strong. That's immediately the first thought. It's just a lap. It's less than a minute. That's like what my mind is going through. You've done this before. I try to remain positive because your mind is feeding your body. So I try to remain positive, to calm myself down. I meditate before. That's really important.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get out, I'm breathing, working on my breathing, and then I blank out. I don't realize I'm in a race until like the last. I'm like, okay, like about the last 150, and I'm like, okay, I'm in a race. We gotta go. We gotta kick it into gear. And as soon as I kick it into gear, I feel like the lactic acid. I'm like, oh my gosh. I start rethinking why I did track, and then I push and I push, and I realize I worked for this. I deserve this. I know what I'm capable of, and then I finish.
Sure.
How about the 100?
100 so quick, but like now that I'm getting put into like faster heats, it just feels so different now. So it's like just prepping my mind to get ready to run as fast as possible, to be at my best every single meet, so that I can at least get a PR. So during the race, I'm like, go, go, go. Like it's just like move. Yeah, I am speed, literally. It's that type of mentality. Mindset ready to go. You know, because like you can come in and think that you're this and that and this and that, and that you could do whatever you want, but you have to understand that like if you want to succeed, you have to have a mindset that you have to at least conform to some capacities with what the coaches have, with the culture that we have, and just stuff like that. Because for me, I came in, I never played corner in my life. I was the shortest guy out there, smallest dude on the field, but one thing that I always had was that you're not going to dominate me. And regardless of what the coaches are teaching me right now, all I'm doing is trying to make sure that we are better in the moment and just in general of a span of a game. Because each play, it takes resilience, it takes all that. So like, just my main focus would just be like, you have to come ready to go, but ready to conform to whatever it may be. So yeah.
You really have to put your mind over matter. We train a lot, and I think I got my first professional trainer this year, and he was tough. He was like, I already know what you are capable of, but I know we got to do more. I know the sky's the limit for you.
Yeah.
So every practice, I meditated. Like you can ask anybody. I meditate for about an hour, get my mind right, and just go after it. You know, because I know what I'm capable of, but I know I can do more than what I'm doing. And so to be faster, I personally feel like I had to put myself aside and conquer a lot of like mental challenges and get through with a lot of things. Because track is a mental sport. So I don't know, just I started in started in mental like training, and then it starts in training. And when you're going after it mentally, you're going at it physically, and yeah, you take over.
I do want to say, my bad. I do want to say real quick that just do the workouts, man, because like they give us Volt works. Don't try to skip the workouts. Don't cheat the workouts. Just do the workouts in the summertime, whenever you have time. I'm just being honest, because like a lot of people come here and they like when they first get on campus, their first mentality is like, I think I'm a little too strong for this, or I'm too strong for that set, or I think I've done enough. Just do the workouts to the fullest, because the coaches know, your teammates know that all of this is gonna work out. So just do the workouts.
And even if you want to do it you don't have to do it for the coach. Do it for you, because it's really impacting you.
Yeah.
You know, every rep, every set is getting you stronger, and you'll definitely see the improvement when you get out there on the field, on the track, on the court, anywhere.
It took some time. I knew I was good, and I knew I was more athletic, but I just knew it took time to really develop those skills for what I needed to do to be successful. I'll be honest.
People were saying like, you're gonna go D3, you're just automatically gonna do amazing, you know, and I was just like, that's not fair, because I feel like even though we are technically Division III athletes, doesn't mean we have to play like we're Division III athletes.
Exactly.
We have to set a standard.
Exactly.
And I am proud of myself for for winning conference last year in the 400. But now the next step is not just to win conference; it's to go to nationals, it's to become an All-American, it's to become, first in the nation. And there's always goals to be better, and you should want to be better. For me to start the 400 and succeeding the way I did and progressing the way I did, I can only thank God and thank Lisa too, because she really did help me develop mentally as a woman, as an athlete, and and my mom. She's gonna see this too.
And dad.
And dad, you too.
And Leo.
And Lily. And Madeline and Ricky. That's our dog. We have 4 dogs, by the way.
Dogs.
4. Christianity, I personally feel like, is an individual thing. It's what lies in your heart. And I like to self-meditate. I have a dingle, basically a single that's a double, and my roommate recently moved out, so I meditate all the time in there. I'm constantly playing worship music. I'm constantly giving God reverence for just the little things that He's given in life. Not everybody is going to agree with that, and it's okay, because it's not my job to push people into Christianity. Yeah. I just have to spread the love of God.
One of my favorite scriptures is that the greatest among us will be a servant. And that was just talking about Jesus and what He did for us by dying on the cross so that we could live a new life and have a new opportunity to go at this from a different realm where we could be away from our sins and things like that. And that really changed my perspective of how I was going to come to this campus, just in general. Just when I stepped foot on this campus, my first idea of leading was serving. Mm-hmm. So through the small community work that I did, I was just always looking to make sure that I brightened up somebody's day through a simple conversation, through just listening to people, especially in college. A lot of people are feeling so boggled down with schoolwork, with life, with society and stuff like that, especially politics during the election time. So the best thing that I can do, especially as a Christian, is show love, like Jackie referenced, show love through the conversations, through the daily things, and even help out as much as possible on campus with clubs, stuff like that. It's my thing is my best way of showing that my faith and everything is just being a better lover to the community and to society. So yeah. Y'all don't know that she can gritty.
Oh.
You want to see her do the gritty?
You want to see? No, say something else. That's not personal. That's a dance.
Oh my God.
Say another one. Cut that. Say another one.
She's shy. Another thing is that she's my braider.
Oh, I braid hair. Breeze braids. That's true. Let's see. What's one thing about Trey that nobody knows? Trey's I know everybody knows, but Trey's really positive. He's a really positive guy, and I feel like everybody sees that already, but it's not even just an act. I talk to people and they're like, this person's just way too nice for no reason. If you feed yourself that in your heart, that just is what you produce, And I'm proud to say he's my younger brother, and I'm proud to say that because it's I kind of reflect off of him, he reflects off of me.
Look at this fit.
No.
I don't know why she tried to dress like me. I don't understand it. Explain it.
The first year when we came at track practice, I'd walk out of my room and he's wearing the exact same thing as me. I'm like, how are you gonna try to twin with me if we're not even knowing?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll think something and I'll call him and I'll talk to him and he'll say the same thing, his opinion on it. I'm like, bro, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and it happens a lot with Instagram. Mm-hmm. She'll send me something as I'm looking at it, about to comment.
Yeah.
Recently it was that picture of her winning her race. I was literally
about to comment. After this interview, we gotta talk about that.
I was about to comment and she sent it to me. It was commenting what I was about to comment. It was so funny.